Hello and welcome to Flappity Flap Podcast with your hosts Brandon and Sarah.
Hello.
I wanted to start with a tongue twister
Well, you can...
that I saw. What?
Oh, okay. You're checking in now?
I don't know if this will work. I saw it on some guy who's really big page. His page. What?
Okay.
Okay.
He himself is not big?
No, his page is big. Damn it. It was like trending and I forgot his name. But
And what did you say it was? A poem? What?
no.
A tongue twister?
Tongue twister.
Sally sells
No,
seashells.
it's way worse. Can you read that from here? The sixth sheep's sick.
The sixth sick sheep's...
Sixth sheep's sick.
The sixth sheep's sick.
So
Okay, so first of all, what does that mean?
the sheik who is the sixth sick sheik,
Oh.
his sixth sheep is sick.
Okay. I think sixth is alone a difficult word to say.
Yeah.
It's
Sixth.
that part.
The sixth sick sheiks and sheiks and sixth. So
It's basically like somebody has asked you to walk this path and it's just all trip ups.
yeah.
Walk this trip up path smoothly.
Yeah.
It's not really a tongue twister as much as it is like you're like being tripped up by it.
Well, I think that's what a tongue twister is.
But a tongue twister can flow. You know?
Yeah, but I think it's less of a twister and more just like a cute, I don't know, like how much
Like
wood
three
could a
smart
woodchuck
fellers,
chuck?
they smelt farts.
Like, is how much wood
Ow.
could a woodchuck chuck? What you got going on there?
Ow! Something poked me in the foot.
Something poke me.
Three smart fellers, they felt smart.
You can't even do.
What was? How does the rest of it go?
Are you asking me?
Three? Oh yeah, you just count up. I think one smart feller, he felt smart. Two smart fellers, they felt smart. Three smart fellers, they all felt smart.
Good job. You did it, I think.
Now you try it.
One smart feller? What do I say?
One smart feller.
One smart feller, he felt smart.
Yeah.
Two smart fellers, they felt smart.
I think you need the R because the smart
Okay.
will maybe kind of trip
and
you
then
up.
three smart fellers, they felt what?
They
All
felt smart.
They all
or
felt
something.
smart. Do I need to look it up to make sure we're doing it right?
I mean, we might be doing it wrong, but I think you got the gist of it with like the trip up is that you're maybe going to say smelt fart.
Yeah. I hope. Otherwise, it's just like such a letdown.
That is the point of it. So we have started doing some meditations for, helping with
Not being stressed.
not being stressed
Not
and
wanting
helping
to kill
with
your fellow man.
and helping with focus or anything, helping you, clear the shit out of your mind. It helps a lot.
Helps with anxiety. We both are anxious
And
people.
I'm from a family of conservative Republicans, so my mom's not.
It's been a stressful time. Is that what you're saying?
No, I was gonna say
Oh, not meditators.
we are not meditators. We are not.
But your mom is like
My mom's a little more
much
open
more
to that
open
stuff.
to that. But
But
yeah.
I grew up thinking that's airy fairy. About anything
Yeah.
that is not just like Western
Power through
medicine
it.
or
Just like
something.
Kool-Aid man your way through all of your problems.
Yeah. So it really actually helps. It helps
Yeah.
me a lot. Meditation is fucking great. And more people should do it, I think.
Yeah,
But-
so if you go on Insight Timer, which is an app that I think you can get for iPhone and Google, Samsung, whatever.
It's free. We're not sponsored, and it's
Yeah.
not a virus.
I realized that so there is a paid version you can upgrade to if you want to be able to like back up, because like in the middle, mine just I don't know if it's my phone sound issue that I'm having,
Yeah.
but it like the sound just stopped because the timer was still going, like the meditation. It was like a 35 minute meditation, and like I just stopped hearing the audio. And then I tried to back it up, and I think I was able to pause and restart, and then it worked. But you can't back it up unless you have the paid subscription.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it is free. I leave reviews and sometimes donations for people I really like.
Yeah, you can donate.
Yeah. But it's, I mean, there's so many meditations, courses, other things, but
Yeah, different kind of focuses. There's stuff for kids and, it's great.
yeah, it's awesome.
And so this is like a different thing about Insight Timer and about a teacher that was on there. So I was just searching around for teachers, searching around for some kind of focus meditation because I wanted to be able to like focus on shit because I was feeling really scattered brained and like stressed and not feeling like I was in one place able to like figure my shit out. So I wasn't getting shit done, So I find this this guy who, and it's probably like a touchy subject, but I feel more inclined to believe that someone who is Indian knows more about like meditation and yoga and that kind of stuff.
Yeah. There's like a preconceived, I mean, it like yoga like came from
It's like
there,
thinking
didn't it?
that, yeah, exactly. And it's like thinking, I don't know, that like a Chinese doctor in Chinese medicine is going to be more skilled and knowledgeable about Chinese medicine than, say, like a white,
Yeah.
So I just had this kind of automatic sort of bias. I was
Got
like, oh,
kind of
this guy's,
excited, like
yeah, this guy's probably going to be great.
so he was like an older Indian man, right?
Yeah. And obviously everybody's different. So this was just one situation.
Right.
Okay. So I put him on and he's like, first of all, he's like yelling.
The thing is, you can't do the accent, so I think you can talk
I'm
about
not
what
going to do the accent. I was thinking back through like what had happened. So first of all, he's yelling about how to focus and like
never good in for a calming meditation.
I was like, okay, and he was a little bit like stumbling on his words. So and I was just sitting there thinking, okay, maybe it'll get better,
He'll find his
maybe.
groove.
Exactly. And I'll get over it. I can get past shit. I can like, I'm pretty chill, I think, sometimes, and I was in a chill mode and I could let him guide me through whatever. But then the fucking music comes on and it's louder than his voice, which is yelling. And it just made me laugh. So it was good for that.
So he's yelling at you to focus and be calm and
about how he's going to guide me through this meditation.
Oh, so that was just like the preamble.
To focus.
You never got to the actual.
No, we started to get into it, and the music was blasting over his voice.
You're like, what? Eh?
I just started laughing and just had to turn it off.
Yeah, we were sitting there, and I
like, come on, bro, listen to your stuff.
I think I was getting a little bit annoyed because I'm like trying to drop into like. So the more you do it, the more you can like, I think they say like drop in, you know, and be in that mode. Because sometimes there's just days you just can't. Your head's spinning. You wake up that way, or not spinning, but you're just
you're not receptive,
spinning
to
on
it.
things, and So I was like getting into it, and then I just hear over in Brandon's corner because we're sitting on the couch on either end of the couch, and he's just like. And then like a few seconds and then like
just fucking giggling to myself like a child.
And then I hear you like, oh my God. And I'm like thinking, is Charlie like chewing on his bully stick? Like making noise? Because like you'll get, if that seeps into your consciousness, like it's really.
I should have just asked you to pause yours because I forgot you could do that. I didn't realize you could actually pause it.
Yeah, I think you can pause it. You just can't back it up.
You can pause it.
Okay.
But I should have just asked you to pause it so you can listen to it. And I don't want to be like a bully or anything, but like, man, you're yelling this meditation at someone and then you like are blasting music over it that you can't even hear your yelling voice. I mean, That's
pretty crazy.
It doesn't get much worse than that. I mean, what could have been worse? Like screaming cats in your ears? I can't imagine how he could have made it worse.
Maybe it was like a dare.
It may have been.
Dude, try to get a meditation on this meditation app.
Or maybe it
make
was
it like the worst.
That's definitely possible. Or maybe it was like a sort of like a
I'm sorry. It's been a long day. It's been like a hard day.
Let's not get into that though.
Oh, I thought we were kind of gonna.
Well, I mean,
as a joke, kind of.
Yeah. Well, what was I gonna say? Frick.
Sorry. Maybe it was a dare.
Oh, yeah. Maybe his actual goal was just to make you laugh.
Did it work? Except you
did.
turned it off like
I
2
laughed,
minutes in.
but then turned it off.
So we should have meditated this morning because we had kind of a rough day. We're prepping to move to Oregon, and like the house is probably going to go up for sale in just over 2 months. And so that's kind of stressful. We're kind of feeling overwhelmed. I'm definitely feeling overwhelmed by it because I feel like there's a lot to do to the house.
Yeah, the house is kind of like fixer-uppery, so we're trying to like...
it's an old house. It's an old river vacation type house.
There's kind of a lot of jank stuff that we're trying to like fix and get
and we're just not
ready.
DIYers, and we're not like people who want to keep up. I guess that's what we've extra learned about ourselves is we don't really want to keep up like an old ass. You know, we don't want to be working on home improvements. We want kind of a house that's maybe newer and requires minimum, upkeep.
Yeah. A lot of it was kind of a surprise. Like it not being insulated at all.
Yeah.
That was a surprise.
Yeah.
A lot of things have been surprises, like
not good surprises.
Sort of like you're walking through the house and you're like, "Oh, that's interesting."
Yeah.
Oh, what? Okay. I guess they did that.
Why they chose to do it that way, which is like the wrong way.
And just finding new things out as we've lived here, like, "Oh, yeah, okay. I mean, I guess."
That's funny how you're putting like kind of a more upbeat spin on it because it's more like every time like, why the fuck did they do it that way?
Yeah.
If I'd known it, we would never have like torn that out because then when you go to like patch it up, it's just all jank.
So we pulled the walls off downstairs to insulate because loud neighbors and also cold in the winter.
Yeah.
So we pulled the walls off and it is like scrap wood. It's like the house is built out of scrap wood. So it's nothing is, what would you call it, plumb. Nothing's square at all.
Yeah.
So it's kind of been a nightmare to work with just doing that.
Yeah.
But that's done.
Yeah. So we're getting there, but we have to do some handiwork, a lot of patchwork, and just with, busy work and jobs, it's just kind of stressful. And it's a little bit of a mixed neighborhood. There's some very nice, cool people. And then there's what we like to call river trash. And I don't know why I said that in a Southern accent because they're not Southern. They're just Northern California river people who I'm not even sure it's fair to categorize them as because they're like river people. Because a lot of the river, like local people are like nice. Yeah. It's really just...
certain entitled people.
Assholes who happen to live by the river and
who I think or we think might be like trust fund babies.
I don't know. I just don't know. It doesn't even matter. Definitely like substance abuse, I think ish, maybe in alcohol. So we already had to fight with one set of neighbors and then finally they moved because they built a house somewhere else and that was lovely and it was quiet for a minute.
It was so quiet for a minute. And then what is it? It was basically, I don't know if you guys have seen my cartoon Dumpy. It was basically like an entire family of Dumpies next door.
Yeah.
And oh my Jesus. Just the worst like brand of human.
And if you haven't seen Dumpy, watch Dumpy on Brandon's channel and then go buy a t-shirt because he is going to make a t-shirt out of little Dumpy.
I'm not even being political. So like don't try to make it a political thing. It's just like a bad kind of human. Mm-hmm. Like just doesn't give a fuck about anybody but themselves and is just difficult.
Yeah, that's what we're dealing with. Very entitled.
Yeah.
So they moved. That was great. And then the neighbor, who I think they were kind of chummy with, has just decided that she needs to fill the void. Okay, I was going to say what I found out today about myself is that I am an abuser. I'm just a difficult person.
Yeah.
All around. I'm a harasser. Apparently.
Fucking harasser.
So she brought home these goddamn puppies. She already had like an older dog, who my mom said has mange.
Of course, because it's neglected.
And it was like occasionally the dog would bark. And then I see her one day with like, I think like a puppy in each arm. Puppy, yeah. And I'm thinking, And I think she brought it home for her boys. Like, she's got 2 kids who I've called the cops because she, like, has screamed at them. Like, she literally was telling one of them, you can't do anything right. And I'm like, oh my God, this is like a cliche. This is out of like an abusive movie.
Yeah, like
a Lifetime movie or something.
Telling her young kids that. And her kids
and she sprayed one of them with water. I think we've talked about this in another opposite. Yeah.
And they seem like kind of nice-ish little kids, except for like the abuse they get.
I feel like kids start out nice until you fuck with them, you know? And then she's, we've heard her screaming at neighbors and stuff. She's just like clearly unstable.
She's insane.
And like, I've never been accused of being a difficult person.
You're not at all.
Until today. Until I found out what an asshole I am today.
Yeah.
Because, you know, I'm trying to work from home now. Got this great remote job, which is great until I hear this cacophony of dogs barking.
Like scream barking. All day long.
And I'm trying to shout down to her, hey, can you let your dogs in? She can't hear me past the fucking cacophony. So I text her, and I think that might be funny to read the text.
And we were on sort of like good terms with this person.
Yeah, we had helped her during a fire evacuation. I was texting her updates.
Yeah, we used to like wave at each other when we'd pass by and...
Okay. I think I have to be careful because if we end up in a lawsuit, maybe I can't say some of this stuff.
You cannot dox her.
I know you keep saying that. I'm not going to do that.
Okay.
I'm talking about something else because I just got a text from the neighbors who own the next door house, and they're very nice and reasonable and quiet. I just got a text about her background.
Oh, no.
So I said, hi, blankety blank, you know, can you please put your dogs inside? I'm trying to have phone meetings and I can hear them clearly from inside my house, meaning the dogs.
Which is totally like
Thanks,
reasonable.
Sarah. Parentheses neighbor, in case you forgot. Yeah, because I had like been texting her like, oh, the evacuation order is lifted. You know, and I said, oh, there's a locals Facebook page for the neighborhood. You know, you should get on there because it's good for updates, which she did because I've then seen her on there since. And then I had given her like the name of the guy who built our fence for our dog yard. Nice, you know.
So there was nice.
Never any history of like me being like,
no aggression.
Fuck you, you dumb bitch, or whatever.
Yeah.
So her response to that was, they will bark and they are watchdogs. They are in training. Sorry for the inconvenience. Which I feel like she should have said hashtag sorry, not sorry, because that's basically what it meant.
Sorry for the inconvenience is like, sorry, but you have to deal with it.
They're not watchdogs. They are untrained fat fucks. You know, I mean...
Or just screaming at each other.
They're just dogs. They're just like, I think they're inside all day and then she lets them out for a minute and then they scream at people and at each other.
A watchdog doesn't need to bark all day.
A watchdog will bark to alert you and then shut the fuck up.
Exactly. It doesn't need to let you know that like a nut has fallen.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Or some 40-something-year-old person is walking her dog by. Like, they don't need to know. Yeah, it's crazy. She had someone delivering something and she was standing outside the fence with that person and the dog, the great, fantastic watchdog that I'm sure you all want to know what the training secret is, you know, was barking the whole time to continue to alert her of said person's presence.
Who was helping her move
who she
stuff.
was standing right next to talking to. Yeah. So I think I need to get one of these watchdogs. You know, I'm like,
that's
man.
a good idea.
Yeah.
Put it out on
because my dog, well, he would be doing the same thing, but you know what? I don't allow it because, oh my God. So we felt like she let them out more.
She absolutely
deliberately
did. They were out all day barking their heads off. I was painting.
So I had to have the windows open.
I was painting the walls, pardon me, and I had the windows open.
You've developed an odd speech impediment.
And Sarah went for a walk and just the entire fucking time.
Yeah, which is at least 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Just straight.
Just straight fucking barking when this bitch is home.
Yeah. So, and then it was going like on and off throughout the day. So, you know, and we're just like not confrontational people. We just are of the opinion that you can coexist harmoniously and courteously
and it's such
by
a
following
thing.
basic common sense practices. Like your dog's barking, put it in the house.
Yeah.
Your music's loud, turn your music down or shut your windows.
It's a totally minimal thing that you should be able to talk to your neighbor and say like, hey, do you mind? Like, I'm trying to work. And the neighbor being loud should be like, yeah, of course. You know, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to
I didn't even
bother
realize.
you.
Oh, I just tuned it out. Like,
it's not that fucking hard to be like nice.
Yeah.
But apparently people have a hell of a time with being friendly.
Yeah. So I said, I was getting fucking mad because it was clearly deliberate. I said, so this is like a day later.
Next day, yeah.
This is today. I said, the barking is excessive. Please bring your dogs inside. There's a noise ordinance regarding barking dogs in blank county. Fuck, I've said it a million times, probably where we live.
Yeah.
I would prefer not to have to make a formal complaint to the county. She said, stop texting me. It's harassment. My dog plus other dogs in area bark. You're only complaining about mine. Move.
She said move.
And then the next message, I'm blocking you now. I said, no problem. Formal complaint to come. So if someone blocks you and then you text them, do you get notified that they have blocked you?
And why is she blocking you? Like,
Because she doesn't want to know. She doesn't want to hear.
she's crazy.
I mean, that's like, that just means you're not open to anything.
And
like,
you just didn't even like hear the part of like, I have to work.
yeah.
I'm trying to like live
I started
in
out
peace.
trying to be like a plea for, even though it shouldn't matter, I shouldn't have to say any of that. Mm-hmm. Your dogs are barking a lot. And like, anyway. So I don't know why I thought this might be a fun thing to talk about, but we just thought it might be a bit therapeutic because it just, I don't know. It just feels like we're burnt out. We're burnt out on trying to be the bigger person. Mm-hmm. And
I just want to start killing people. I mean, just
I
straight
think I'm
up.
going to have to cut that.
Oh, okay. I mean, just like straight up though, like I just think, we got axes in the house. I could just go
Wow.
over there and just
Wow.
take care of business. But the problem
Are
is,
you saying all this because you know I'm going to cut it? Or do you think it's acceptable to put that?
I don't
If she
really
ends
know.
up with axe wounds in her face,
I might be.
this is all over. I mean, we got to get the
I'm
views.
not actually gonna do it. I just have little flashing visions of it happening.
Oh my God, Jack Nicholson in The Shining, like just stalking his kid.
Because it's like you're such an awful person. You
Yeah.
can't. There's just zero give to you. So like no wonder you're lonely. No wonder you're.
Well, you don't know
fucking-
she's lonely. She's got her boys.
to fucking harass.
Yeah.
To actually
Yeah.
harass.
Yeah.
Like, it's just, and then to play the fucking victim card when
Yeah.
you're the one being the fucking jerk.
Yeah.
That's such bully behavior. And it drives me nuts. And there's no simple, quick fix to it. It's just like, you gotta call the county. You gotta get them to come out. You gotta,
Yeah. Or you
and then
gotta like talk to her a
file
couple times.
lawsuit
But I think she's crazy. I think I told my mom and I made sure to put it in a text. I said, I'm a little bit
she is crazy.
scared because she's unstable. So if I end up with axe wounds in my face, you guys will know who it is.
Pretty much, yeah. But I think I just have to go walking with you because like she's so fucking weird and crazy.
So that was super fun. That was a super fun way to spend our day. What would be a fun
Spend your
funny
Saturday.
Way? I don't know.
Dealing
I
with
don't
a
know if we
psycho.
want to put this out, but what would be like a funny way to punish her or kill her?
I mean, I just want to beat her with her own dogs. Just pick one up by the leg.
Oh, come on.
and
It's
just
not the dog's
slam
fault.
the hell out of her.
Yeah, I might have to cut that. I just want to like shove her head like into my butt and just like have the stankiest like burrito farts or something.
That's.
And she
I
just
think that's
like
worse than what I
tie her
said.
head to my ass, like, and just like she's just stuck with that. The indignity and
Are
the
you sure
unpleasantness.
that's not like a fetish or something? You're
Pretty sure.
like the dean. Hopefully, this doesn't awaken something in me
What is that? Oh God.
with the Dalmatians and the
Why do I keep wanting to call it colegio?
And when he's
it's
like-
community.
community.
Why do I want to call it colegio?
Doesn't
Why
that
am I
mean
thinking
college
in
in
another
Spanish?
language?
Doesn't
Yeah.
colegio mean college in
Well,
Spanish?
universidad is like
University?
I think colegio is like after high school, but not necessarily. Like, yeah, I gotta look it up now. Why do I think colegio is not like it's slightly different?
Hopefully, this doesn't awaken something in me. Like he does it. He does it a couple times.
Does he? Oh
Yeah,
God.
one time he like cross dresses for a party, and he's like, "Well, I think so." He's like, "Hopefully this doesn't awaken something in me." And then another time he's
And then
like,
it always does, right?
he like sees a picture, I guess, of like a guy dressed up as like a sexy Dalmatian furry or something. And he's like, "Hopefully this doesn't awaken something in me."
That's funny.
He's such a freak. He's kind of my
He is a
favorite
freak.
character because
Yeah.
he's so fucking crazy.
Speaking of harassment, just the way he harasses Jeff all the time.
Yeah, it's a bit much.
I like it when he and the puppet have a moment, though. The Jeff puppet.
Oh my
That's
gosh.
like my
Lifting
favorite.
weights
And it's
on the
just
back of the
like
couch.
with his shirt open,
Little puppet.
with his little eyebrow lifted. That's like So good. How would you do it? And let's take the axe out of the equation. How would you?
I just want her to understand how crazy she is. I would just want her to have like a moment of clarity to see how psychotic she is.
How would that happen though?
I don't know.
Take away the bottle, I guess.
Take away the bottle.
I think that
or
just
the
means
crack
sadness.
pipe.
Yeah.
Something.
I just have the feeling that it's alcohol with her. I don't know why. I think because of the age and the race and the gender and just maybe her general socioeconomic status. I feel like alcohol is.
Well, she has
and just
a
the
house.
tone. There's just like a tone
If
of
you're
like.
on crack, I think a lot of the time you don't own a house or you don't live in a house. You probably don't.
Someone else paid for the house. That's what I have just learned.
What?
Is paid for by someone else.
Of fucking course it is.
Oh my gosh. They just sent me a novel.
This fucking crazy person. What are we learning about this human being that is kind of lately the bane of our existence?
She also said something about your blood sister. We'll have to read this later.
My blood sister? Is there something wrong with her?
Unstable.
Really?
You sounded really like distressed. She's not really your sister. You know,
I know
that, right? So there's future Brandon who's like
she
possibly
seems very
into.
nice.
Yeah, she is nice. I think there's future Brandon who is a hoarder and possibly into meth.
I think he might be on something sometimes.
Something.
He might be on
And
like
then there's
Adderall
your blood
or something.
sister who is nice, but it's just like
There are weird people.
they are river folk.
Yeah.
But
they're nice.
and I think it's kind of just this street. Because then if you walk around the neighborhood, I mean, there are some janky, junky houses, but there's some really nice people who just like living in the quiet in the woods. Mm-hmm. And then they just have to deal with the crazies. And I think really that is always kind of the case.
Yeah.
They just look different depending on where you live. But I would just love to not have to fight people about stuff that is just like...
So petty.
I just want a little peace and quiet.
It's not hard to shut up a little bit.
Yeah.
If somebody politely asks you to shut up a little bit, shut the fuck up. Like,
Yeah.
And that's just me putting that out to the world. Like, that's what I do. If somebody were to ever come up to me and say, bro, you're being like really loud.
They would never, ever, ever say that to you. They'd
I'm
say,
just
can you
saying,
speak up?
If that were to, yeah, that is usually
Because we'd
the
like
case.
to hear what your voice sounds like.
If that is, but if that happened, I mean, just like, it's not fucking hard.
But
that's
told
what drives me
you-
nuts is it's so easy to just be like, oh yeah, of course, man. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to
But
like,
I told you, the people already making noise
yeah,
are the people who you're gonna get shit from when you say, can you stop making noise?
yeah, that's
Because
true.
the people who aren't gonna do that, they're not making noise.
But some
'Cause they're
people, I
thinking,
think-
this might be obnoxious to my fellow man and women.
Some people I think are just trying to have fun or they're just kind of oblivious
Yeah.
or maybe they are a little tipsy. Mm-hmm. And I think sometimes, maybe it's more on the rare end, but like sometimes people probably do quiet down. Like, oh, sure. Mm-hmm. Especially, I expected her to quiet down because we have this history with her, you know?
Yeah, I knew that she was unstable. You don't go screaming at your neighbors and your kids and not care about who hears.
Yeah.
And then react in a reasonable manner to someone who asks you to do something contrary to what you're already doing. Mm-hmm. Like, I knew.
I didn't expect it.
So that's fun.
And just the saying, I think my mind goes to the whole like axe murdery thing when
I really think you should stop bringing that up.
when someone is like rude and then plays the victim and then is rude again, saying it's like a shit sandwich where the bread is also shit. You know, like you're being fucking rude, then you're being like this victim, and then you're saying move. Like, you
Yeah.
fucking unbelievable bitch. Like,
Yeah.
how have you not gotten
that
your
how she said
teeth
it?
knocked out by
Move.
now?
Move.
You should be old enough. You should be old enough?
You are old enough.
You're old enough to where you should be able to handle life like an adult. But if she's not paying for her house,
Yeah.
if she has zero responsibility, if she's a fucking trust fund baby or something like that, you know, no offense.
I'm not going to
to
read
any,
that. I
if
mean,
there are any trust fund babies out there that actually work and actually are not terrible people, good on you.
oh my God, my finger is going off again. My finger has been twitching and it's so weird. It's like someone's got a string tied around it and that they're pulling it, but that's not what's happening.
It's been twitching for a while now.
It's like been a couple days. It's probably since the fucking dog started barking and no, it's probably from Thursday when I had a semi altercation with a coworker. Not an altercation, that makes me sound like aggressive and abusive and a harasser.
Well, you are
which I am.
You are the biggest bully I've ever met in my entire life.
Oh, wow. In this room or
anywhere?
In this room,
Anywhere
it would be true.
I've ever been in the world.
Fuck.
Yeah, you're a freaking bully. You got a problem.
How do I fix it? How am I going to fix that?
Go to therapy.
Get help. What does he say?
Stop it. Get some help.
Fun, good times. It's like freaking Jerry Springer up in here. I mean, you should see the text I got, which I feel like I can't share. Unless you want to like private email me and then maybe I'll maybe after we've moved and there's no like legal action, I'll read the full rest of the text.
Yeah.
Because it's possible we'll be going into legal action. I'm not even sure we should be releasing this podcast episode in case it's like evidence in a court case. They said they wanted to kill me with an axe.
Well, we wouldn't do it.
Not a sharp axe. Maybe the blunt side of that.
Yeah. I'll just hammer you to death. Oh well,
you just have that ready. Like you're just there.
I don't know
how you haven't killed anyone yet. Because I do feel like there's a barely concealed rage behind those sweet eyes.
So I grew up with a dad who would handle things, and he would handle things by flying off the handle.
Whoa. I like what you did there.
Thanks.
Handles and no handles.
And no handles. handles and then no handles. and so that was my, what would you call it?
Lesson. That was your teacher. That was my model.
Yeah, that was my model for how to like deal with situations. But me, as this soft artist that doesn't really care about getting into shit with people.
Yourself soft. I mean, you're like an introvert and a reserved. Like we both. Non-confrontational.
I'm not looking to fight anybody like over soft, a fucking ham sandwich, you know?
Would he fight? Has he fought someone for a ham
I'm just
sandwich?
saying he would fight someone over a parking space. If
really?
If they swooped in, he would probably get out and be like, you fucking piece of shit. You move your fucking pickup and I'm pulling in.
Really?
He is the type.
Has he calmed down?
He's chill with people who are chill, but if people fuck with him, he is ready to fucking...
That must have been such like a stressful childhood, being not that kind of person.
Yeah, and so that's my model. So in my head, I'm thinking like, how do I handle this person being a jerk? Okay, immediate thoughts of violence. Immediate thoughts of violence and aggression. And just no other thoughts of resolution other than like call the cops. But
when you see it not working.
And I'm not a smart person.
Yes, you are.
I'm not a smart person in a lot of ways, I think, but especially in that way. I do not know how to handle hairy situations, you know, with weirdos.
It has to be hard when you see like me trying to take that higher ground or that like proper course of action and it kind of backfiring. Like I'm trying to be diplomatic
reasonable
with you. Maybe my text came off a bit snotty or something, but I was trying to be like, it was a plea, like trying to get you to relate to me as someone who has to work, you fucking lowlife, you know, and like
and she doesn't
have
work?
A little bit of empathy. I'm not really sure, but I don't think so. Her truck's there all the time.
Well, our vehicles are there all the time.
That's true, but the screaming just makes me think she's not someone who could like interact with coworkers.
Yeah, she's a cucamonga. So she's probably not doing any at-home work.
Why am I laughing at that? It's quite tragic, actually.
Not saying that you have to be like level-headed to do at-home work, because clearly I'm like wanting to axe murder people. Sorry.
I think
I'm not actually going to do it. Okay,
we should take
it's just
a tally
a joke
of how many times you mentioned.
It's just a joke, everyone. I'm not going to do it.
You're level-headed. You just are. Okay, no, maybe you're not level. No, for the most part you are. They're just things that trigger you where you have like this temper from this model. We've talked about it last time with the, you know, falling and then being very angry.
Oh yeah, and throwing my book like a child.
Yeah. But we're like, it was like the model that you were given. And so you have to like
unlearn.
You have to unlearn. And it's how many years of, like, when did we meet? How old were you? 28?
Probably at least 18 years. I think I lived with my parents.
And that's your formative years. Like, it kind of then cements in, and it's a lot harder, I think, to unravel that, you know, dig new ruts, new trenches that you know, wear new grooves.
Yeah.
In your behavior and in your, like, neurology and or neuropsychology, I think.
instead of
changing the thoughts and then changing the behavior that like
exactly,
because I still think
to smart resolutions instead of violence.
Her face in, you know, but I'm more quickly moving past that. That's like a really quick bus stop, you know, to okay, how, and it's
no, I get
kind
off
of
there
exhausting.
and I loiter there.
You just park, yeah.
Set up camp. I'm just there, and then I'm like, my brain goes, just let it go, you know. No, kill.
And that's like just a fellow passenger going, just let it go. And you beat that passenger to death and just sit there and stew some. Maybe not.
No, it's just the complete lack of any sort of reasonableness.
Yeah.
That just is like, you need to just not be in society. You just need to not be in this world with other humans that are trying to just get along.
Let me take care of that for the world.
And I know there are worse people. There, you know, I'm sure there's somebody listening that's like, oh my gosh, you think you have a bad neighbor?
Yeah, I'm sure.
There's somebody that commented on the Dumpy video that was like, it reminds me of my neighbor that like throws his Coors cans out in my lawn or something. It's like, man, fucking assholes.
Yeah.
Just God, take them. If there's a God, take them now. Please.
But there's not. We're alone here.
Oh. Well, on that note.
Yeah, we'd love to hear. I don't know if we'd love. I mean, it might stress us out a little, but about your horrible neighbor stories.
Some good solidarity. I feel like, because when I was looking up on Google about, you know, just annoying neighbors and seeing all the stories, it kind of helps. It helps you deal with it. Like, I'm not the only one.
I think it's quite common. I'm sure everyone's had it. And if you haven't had it, you are that person probably.
Or you've just been so lucky.
So lucky, but really you might be that person.
How have you dodged these bullets?
I hope you never have to deal with that, but you probably will. I'd say try to take the higher ground if you can and follow the documented preferred procedure, if nothing else, for the court case that might inevitably follow.
Yeah.
So if you're texting with people, I've tried to just be very civil, firm, not resort to, you know, not letting my anger come out, because that's the stuff that's, you know, potentially going to be presented.
Yeah. And if it escalates things, and if you don't have the energy to keep, you know, to sustain that little fight for until the end of whenever you move away, or just try to take the high road, as difficult or weird as it may be.
Anyway, yeah, we would like to hear your stories though, so you should comment, and when we get some resolution to this, we'll let you know. The resolution might just come when we move, but man, I can't take 2 months of that.
It's just weird, man. Like, why can't you just chill out and take a little bit of like nice criticism. Take a little bit of nice criticism and grow from it, instead of you know, sinking down into your little hole and digging
like a little snake lashing out at anyone who walks by.
Yeah, digging those heels in. Yeah, exactly.
I mean, we could have been friends. We could have been fucking friends.
I thought we kind of were.
Yeah, but I kind of knew she was. I don't know. I think because I had heard her screaming, and back when my mom lived here, my mom was like, she was screaming at someone.
Yeah,
I was like,
that's true.
Oh man.
But she seemed friendly with us.
Yeah,
I guess
we stayed on her good side for as long as we could. Now we are most definitely on her bad side.
I guess a snake bites, you know.
Oh, that's deep. Okay.
You just got done calling me smart, and then you're making fun of me.
I'm just kidding. It was just funny.
That's fine.
Go buy some Dumpy t-shirts, you guys, please.
Or, you know, one of the others.
Or Flappity Flap. Well, you don't want people buying Dumpy t-shirts?
I was thinking about making the other Dumpy shirt, remember? I don't know if this episode will be out before I get the other Dumpy shirt done.
Probably not. Get it done tonight, and then no, you don't have to. You don't have to. All right. Take care.
Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye. Oh, yeah, like, comment, subscribe, and all that jazz.
And thanks for listening.
Yeah, that too.